Hi everyone, Shijila, Assistant Professor, PT Department of English, GEMS Arts and Science College. Today we are going to discuss a short poem of Western Wind, a line by line analysis. So let's move to the poem. So, O Western Wind is a short Middle English lyric from the late 15th century, evocative of longing and nature's moving human emotions. So, this poem is written by an anonymous writer, which means we don't know who is the exact author of the poem. And it is also considered as a short Middle English lyric. That means this poem is only contained 4 lines, and it was written in the time of 15th century. And this poem is also including the themes like hope, change, reunion with the poet's beloved, etc. And also, the poet is using nature as a symbol of human emotions. This poem expresses a deep yearning for reunion and the relief brought by the changing wind and rain. So let's move to the analysis of the lines of the poem. The first line is, O western wind, when wilt thou blow? So the poet is addressing a western wind, or like, O western wind, when will thou blow? When will you blow? Because here the poet is eagerly waiting for the western wind. So the poem opens with an apostrophe to the western wind, symbolizing change and hope. Here, the poet is considered western wind as a symbol of hope or change. So here the poet's or the speaker's question conveys eagerness for the wind's arrival, which herald renewal and comfort. So here the poet is eagerly waiting for the arrival of western wind. Then we move to the second line of the poem, that the small rain down can rain. Here the poet asking, there is a small rain with you. So he is asking western wind, question that there is a small rain with you. There is a small rain with you? This line amplifies the appeal to nature. The small rain suggests gentle nurturing and cleansing. That means the poet is expecting a small rain with the western wind. So here the rain is symbolizing emotional renewal and the soft persistence of nature's cycle. Then move to the third line of the poem. Christ, that my love were in my arms. So here the poet is praying to the Christ. Christ, that my love were in my arms. That means he is hoping his beloved. He is hoping reunion with his beloved. That is why he is praying to the God, Christ. I am wishing is my lover is wearing my arms. He is wishing for his beloved. He is wishing for his beloved and reunion with his lover. So, the yearning to hold the beloved physically reinforces the human longing for connection and warmth. So, here the poet is yearning for his beloved, yearning for his union with his beloved. And the last line of the poem is, and I in my bed again. So the poet says that now I in my bed again. So here the bed is symbolizing rest and emotional security, completing the theme of hopeful reunion. So here he is using bed as a symbol of reunion with his beloved or lover. So this closing line is reveals the speaker's wish for intimate comfort and return to safety, because he says that he wanted to hold the arms of his beloved physically. So he is eagerly waiting for the reunion with his beloved physically. So this is the 4 line of this poem. This is a very short poem, only contain 4 lines and many themes. So when we move to the themes of the poem, we can see that nature as a symbol. So the poet is using nature as a symbol in this poem. Wind and rain represent change, hope, and emotional renewal throughout the poem. So throughout this poem, we can see the experiences from the wind, rain, etc. So he uses the rain and wind as a symbol of change and hope. And the second theme is longing and desire. Here we can see that the poet is longing or yearning for the reunion with his beloved. So the speaker's deep yearning for reunion drives the emotional core of the lyric. This is the emotional core of the poem. That means he is deeply or eagerly waiting for the reunion with his beloved. And the third term is religious allusion. He is using the name Christ. As he is praying to the Christ. He wished to be reunited with his beloved. So the invocation of Christ adds spiritual urgency and appeal to the speaker's wish. And the last term is comfort and security. That means the bed. He is using the word bed or as a metaphor. The bed is metaphor for emotional safety and ultimate solace. So here he is using bed as his emotional safety. That means he says that he wanted to hold or he wanted to reunite with his beloved physically. So the bed is using as a metaphor for emotional safety and intimate solace. So these are the major themes that contain in this poem, and it's a very short poem. I already said that this is a very short poem, only contains 4 lines, and these are the major themes that discussed in this poem. And when we concluding the thoughts of this poem, O Western Wind captures universal emotions of longing and hope, simple yet powerful imagery. So he is using powerful imageries like wind, rain, etc. from the nature, and also it conveys the emotional, universal emotions or emotional appeal of poet's mind. And its brief lyrical form and vivid appeals to nature and faith continue to resonate deeply with me. So this poem is very relevant in this scenario also. So this is our poem, and so now we are concluding our session. Thank you.